Hello everyone, it's Dylan from Yu-Gi-Oh! Everything, and welcome to another Yu-Gi-Oh! Video. This time we are going to be going world by world, Duel Monsters, Dark Side of Dimensions, GX, and 5Ds from the game Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, world by world, and I am going to be going over 3 characters that I would love to see in each world. Now, I will put a little bit of a disclaimer. There are a lot of great Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links channels out there that will give you consistent coverage and breaking news and leaks of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links game, and you should definitely find those channels. They are very easy to find. Really great community in terms of Duel Links content creators. I am kind of ignorant, not purposefully ignorant, but just ignorant on every single piece of data that we have in regards to these worlds. So I might be naming some characters that have definitely been confirmed to be coming at some point in the future, or I might name a character that is definitely not coming for reasons A, B, or C. And if that's the case, please let me know down below if you have heard anything about this character, or if you think that this character should come or probably won't come. Any insight or analysis that you have, I would love to hear from you. But yeah, we are going to go world by world, and I'm going to give 3 characters in each world that I would love to see show up in the game Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. Without further ado, let's begin. I hope you guys enjoy. Starting with Duel Monsters, Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters has a plethora of characters to choose from. Easily the biggest world, will probably always be the biggest and most in-depth world. And so the first section that you go to with Duel Monsters is automatically Season 4. At the moment, there have been no Season 4 characters released into the game, and we do have to start with one of my favorites from Season 4, Raphael. I always thought Raphael's deck was really cool, but not only that, he is such an important character for the growth of the Yugis and for what Season 4 did. I mean, he has one of the most shocking upset wins any character has ever performed in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime, and I think it would be really cool to see Raphael in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. Of course, if they open up the door to Season 4, which I'm not sure if that's in the files or anything like that, Raphael is a character that they have to have, and he's a character that needs to be playable. And another character from Season 4 is Darts. I'm not really sure how Darts' cards or deck would really work in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, but Darts as a character would be really cool to play as in Duel Links, and he's another one of those characters where Duel Monsters has just done so much with pretty much all of the characters that you can think of, that he is easily the most iconic character from the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime that has yet to appear in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. No ifs, ands, or buts about that. And so seeing Darts in Duel Links would be really cool. Even though I wasn't a huge fan of the Doma arc, it still would be cool to see these two in it. And I didn't want to pick, Valen or another Season 4 character. I didn't want all 3 picks to be Season 4. I kind of thought a little outside the box here, and I would love to see, and bear with me, because I know this character never really dueled, but I would love to see Shoddy as one of the unlockable characters in Duel Monsters. I know a lot of you guys are going like, Shoddy? What is this guy talking about? I know Shoddy was not a duelist. I am well aware of that. But you know what? In Dark Side of Dimensions world, you think Scud was a duelist? Or Sarah? I know Sarah dueled in her unknown duelist avatar before the movie of Dark Side of Dimensions. I believe she dueled Kaiba. So we already have characters in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links mobile game that have never dueled before. And Shoddy is such an important and I feel overlooked character for the history and the lore of Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters and Yu-Gi-Oh! In general. And you already have a Shizu, you already have Marek, Odeon, you have, Bakura, all of these Egyptian-related characters. I think it would be really cool and kind of unique and quirky to have Shoddy as an unlockable character. I might be the only person in this world that would love to see Shoddy as an unlockable character, but I think it would be really fun and it would be really interesting to duel as Shoddy. I don't know if any video game, maybe, a very early 2000 video game has given us the ability to do that, but I think that would be a lot of fun. And so those are my 3 picks for the Duel Monsters world. Going to Dark Side of Dimensions, Dark Side of Dimensions is just a world that is really devoid of a lot of characters, and that's probably a reason why Sarah and Scud are even unlockable characters, because there's just not many characters that you can pick from in the movie Dark Side of Dimensions that has not already been released Unknown Duelist, I would love to see it happen. Listen, we have had Unknown Duelist show up in practically every Dark Side of Dimension event, at least since I started playing. It's obviously Serra, but we've seen multiple versions of the same character in Duel Links before. I'm looking at you, Judai Season 4, Carly, Darksigner Carly. We've seen it before, and I think it would be really cool to have Unknown Duelist. I love her Plana avatar, and it would be really fun to play as that character. The other two that I'm going to select, because I really can't think of anyone else, and I think these characters have already been confirmed, if I'm not mistaken, or at least they were in the files, is Dark Side of Dimension Tristan and Dark Side of Dimension's Bakura. And it's just, I'm not really interested in playing as either one of these characters. I genuinely struggled to think of any other character to put in this list besides the Unknown Duelist. The Unknown Duelist will remain my top want and really my only want from Dark Side of Dimensions for probably the very foreseeable future. I don't know if she'll ever be an unlockable character, but Bakura and Tristan, I'm just kind of putting them there because who am I going to pick? A random mom in the shopping mall in Dark Side of Dimensions? Like, I really cannot think of any other character. So, yeah, those are my three for DSOD World. GX World. All right, with GX and 5Ds, it gets a little more creative. I think you can think a little bit more. There's just more variety to pick from, so you can think a little more outside the box. GX World, the first character that I have to say is Atticus Rhodes, Fubuki, Alexis's older brother, Asuka's older brother. He's gotta be in this world. I am stunned that Fubuki is not yet in Yu-Gi-Oh! GX Duel Links. It's crazy to me. Now, he is a Red Eyes Black Dragon user, so I automatically love him. He's a funny dude. I mean, he really is a funny, kind of weird dude, you know, pimping off his sister in one of the episodes to Manjome, but hey, you know what, I guess every brother has different priorities in life. He's a clown, but he is a Red Eyes Black Dragon user, so I'd love to see him. I'd love to see some more Red Eyes support, and you could bring in some Red Eyes support maybe through him. So, you know, we'll see if that'll happen, but I'd love to see Fubuki. And then I'd love to see Fujiwara Yusuke and Darkness. Those are my other two characters. Obviously, Season 4 characters. We're not really through with Season 3. We just got O'Brien. We just got Axel, which is really, really cool. You know, Jim Crocodile Cook remains out there. Supreme King Hao remains out there. We still have some Season 3 characters that they probably would want to do first, but Fujiwara and Darkness are at the top of my list. Two really cool characters that made Season 4 so wonderful for me. It is my favorite season of Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. And Fujiwara with his clear world cards. I'd love to play clear cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. I know it's a pretty exclusive archetype even in the real world, so seeing Fujiwara's clear cards in the game and seeing Fujiwara as a playable character, you could probably do like a Season 4 event. It would be really cool. And then Darkness is Darkness, the Satan of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Universe, if you will. Getting his Darkness cards would be really sweet. And just being able to play as him, one of the most intimidating looking creatures in the entire Yu-Gi-Oh! World, would be really, really fun. And I'd love to see Darkness in Duel Links. And those are my three picks for GX World. Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D's World, obviously a show and a series that I like quite a bit. 5Ds still has a lot of room for growth in what characters they pick, and we gotta start with the elephant in the room, and that is Bruno. What on earth happened to Bruno? Remember, he came as a roaming event a couple of months ago before Zexal World was even out, and since then I have heard absolutely nothing on Bruno Antinomy for Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds, which is just crazy to me because he literally had an entire event based around him not that long ago. And again, I am still pretty new to Duel Links, so maybe that's kind of par for the course where a character has some sort of event and then you can unlock them months down the road. But I'm just really nervous that Bruno is going to be kind of that forgotten character, and we might have to wait a very long time before he actually becomes unlockable. When that event happened, I was definitely anticipating him being unlockable before the end of 2020, but maybe I'm still naive when it comes to how the process works. So I didn't forget about Bruno. I know a lot of people didn't forget about you, man, and we hope to see you as an unlockable character very soon. The next one is Sherry LeBlanc, such an important character for post-Darksigner arc. I love Sherry's name. I like her design quite a bit, and I loved her her attitude and her demeanor and persona, and she was a bit of a badass. She's kind of an under-the-radar badass in the 5Ds anime, and I would love to see Sherry as an unlockable character. I'd love to see her cards in the game of Duel Links, and I think she would be a lot of fun to play as and to just have in that world. And then the other one, I couldn't make this video without my friend Watt007 in mind. He is a very talented Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links creator, and he would probably be a little annoyed if I did not pick Darksigner Misty. Now, some say he simps for Darksigner Misty. I just think he's a dedicated fan. But in all seriousness, Darksigner Misty would make a lot of sense. Now, I've already been told by people like him and It's Brad as HD and some other well-known Duel Links creators that have a lot more knowledge on the character unlockings than I do, that the odds of getting Darksigner Misty are very, very low due to a few different factors. But it's kind of crazy to me that they skipped over her. We have Darksigner Carly, we have Darksigner Kiryu, we have Darksigner Rex Godwin, and so, you know, obviously Rudger is Rudger, and Divok is Divok, but Misty I felt like was on a level that was above both of those characters. All right, maybe not Rudger. Rudger was a pretty interesting character, but for them to kind of skip over Darksigner Misty, her rivalry with Aki was probably the best girl versus girl rivalry we have ever seen in Yu-Gi-Oh! It's right up there with Yuzu and Masumi from Arc 5, and to just kind of skip over her is a little disappointing. I would love to see the interaction and the special dialogue between her and Aki. I think that would be a lot of fun, and it is kind of a shame that they seemingly did skip over her, but I think her character makes a lot of sense, and I always liked Misty's design quite a bit, so I would love to see Misty as a Darksigner in Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D's world. Bruno, Sherry, Darksigner, Misty. And then in Zexal World, well, Zexal World is such in its infancy, so I'm going to kind of be quick here because I think most of these characters are coming. Kaito is number one. I couldn't not put Kaito here, and I know Kaito is confirmed. Kaito is 100% coming, but it would be a disservice and a straight-up lie if I didn't have him on my list. At the time of recording, he's still not in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. Kaito, when the Zexal World was immediately announced, he was the one character that I really, really wanted. His Galaxy Eyes are coming. Kaito is coming. I'm stoked about that, but obviously, he's at the top of my list. Number 2 is Quattro, or 4 in the sub, one of the Arclight brothers. I love all the Arclight brothers, but Quattro was my favorite. Wicked, unhinged, great little mini rivalry with Shark. His gimmick puppets, if they come to Duel Links, are going to be a lot of fun to play. One of the creepiest archetypes in the entire game of Yu-Gi-Oh! And 4 was just that. He was a creepy character, and I would be lying if I said after Kaito came out, he was not the character that I most wanted when it comes to Zexal Duel Links world, and I really hope that they don't skip out on the Arclight brothers. I have a feeling we'll get the 3 brothers and hopefully Tron, 4 really enjoyable characters from the Zexal anime. And then the other character that I would love to see in Zexal World, for no other reason than her cards, is Anna Kaboom. I love trains. You guys know that, and I would love to see Anna for that reason, because we would get train cards in Zexal. Anna was a little bit of a, I wouldn't say forgettable character, but she definitely was not one of my particularly favorite characters. She didn't really do that much in the show, but just because I love trains, and I would have, I think, a lot of fun playing her deck, I would love to see Anna in Zexal World, and that's a character that I would be very surprised if we do not get. I am really expecting to get Anna Kaboom at some point during the duration of Zexal World. And guys, that about wraps it up. 3 characters that we need to see. Of course, that's a dramatic title. That we need to see, that I would love to see in each Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links world. Let me know some characters that you really want to see for whatever reason, because you like their deck, because you think they're a cool character, because you like their aesthetic. Let me know. I mean, I'd love to hear from you, and let me know if there's any of these characters that I mentioned that you agree with. Let me know if there's some that you don't really care for. I love hearing from you guys. It's my favorite part about doing these type of videos. Thank you all so much for watching. And a special thank you to my Platinum tier patrons, Horace Maye, Goosey Q, Panther J, Blue Maiden 28, Jarrett Buller, and Aura Dragon, and to my Diamond tier patrons, Jesse Wood, Latrell Smith, and Anime Kaput, and to my Egyptian God tier patrons, XZ's Lover 104, Pegasus Seiya, and Stella Sky. Thank you to everyone who supports me on Patreon. Thank you to everyone who's a YouTube channel member. You guys help me out greatly. And to everyone who watched, I humbly thank you for giving me 15 minutes of your time. I will talk to you all down below, and I hope you have an amazing day.